Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am back for another Slim Sports interview. And as always, I'm your host, Jay Slim. And joining me today is a 6'9" forward that got to dominate at the D1 level like he has always dreamed of doing, able to make his way to the D1 level before, had a little bit of a hiccup in the road with some injuries, went D2, proved himself as one of the best players in the D2 ranks, came over to North Texas, and once again got to shine by dunking on some people's heads. Ladies and gentlemen, Josiah Shackleford. How's it going, Joe?
What's going on? I'm good. I'm good. Can't complain. Happy
Hey,
to be back on here.
hey, absolutely, man. Excited to get you on for round two. You already see the jersey behind me. Got a nice little
Yes,
autograph
sir.
there. You already know that wherever you end up going next, we got to keep getting these jerseys. Got to keep supporting, showing that love, doing what you do best. Because man, you have had such a journey, and people that have not watched our interviews before, that don't know your name just yet, I want them to get to learn some of these accolades to your name real quick to hype
Okay.
you up, show off what you've done in a segment that I like to call resume rundown, where I'm going to show off what you do best by doing what I do best. And as you know, that's making some graphics. So let's show this
Yes,
one off
sir.
right here. Got to go back to your JUCO days here. Region 10 Player of the Year in 2022, where you were also an NJCAA All-American. And during your time at Georgia Southwestern at the D2 level, you were Peach Belt All Conference third team. And actually, you're still up there in the record books for that program. After that season, you had the third most field goals made in Georgia Southwestern single season history. And I believe you were up there in field goal percentage as well. And
Yeah.
even this past year with North Texas, able to make an impact. There was one week where you were on the honorable mention list for American Conference Player of the Week. So
hmm
able to showcase what you could do for a North Texas team that is in a new era. Their previous head coach went on to West Virginia, I believe, and the new head coach, Coach Robinson, he comes in from Cleveland State. He's implementing his system, kind of combining his culture with the culture that North Texas is known for having, always being able to make these postseason tournaments and really dominate throughout the American Conference. Talk to me real quick about his coaching style and his impact in year one for both North Texas and yourself.
Coach Robinson, a good guy. I feel like he had a great impact on a first year as a first year head coach at North Texas. Like you said, coming from Cleveland State where they won 20 games every year since he was there. So I feel like he had a huge impact on bringing back, not bringing back, just bringing his culture from Cleveland State to North Texas, which he did. He had a great impact on me and my career since I was there. Um, Helped me get better as on the court and off the court, and also like he's just like assertive guy. So like what he like when he's talk about stuff and when he relay a message, he really mean and it truly come from the heart and what he kind of like when he say and stuff like that. So I feel like he was a good dude, great guy to have in my life when I was here. So it was good. I can see a lot more wins coming out of him these couple next years.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Fantastic coach, and credit to the
Yeah.
athletic department at North Texas. I don't know what it is, but they're always able to get these top of the line head coaches come be a part of their program, lead the way.
hmm
He's definitely one of those ones for sure. And I mean, a big part of your guys' wins this year, the success that you had was the defense overall. You guys actually ranked first in the American Conference in points allowed per game, allowed the fewest points per game out of any team in the American Conference. You guys ranked second in steals, third in blocks. I mean, the defense overall, it just seemed like you guys had that grit and grind mentality. You yourself, you
Yeah, because he preached that since we got here in like beginning of June, like just straight defense. We just gonna guard, make teams give up the ball, score off their possessions. Like they strictly like defensive minded and defensive orientated. So it took it wasn't just one person, it was like the whole team. Like and then he'll throw different people on there. Like say a guy came in and averaged like 12 or 13. He gonna start whoever starting guarding him, and then he just gonna keep rotating the people on him just to get him antsy and riled up. And then we follow like the bigs and the wings just follow up behind the guards, and we kind of like bring our own energy when it comes to like defending ball screens and defensive rebounding and just little stuff like that, playing lanes. So like they taught us a lot of stuff on how to play their style of defense, and that kind of stuck with everybody. So that's why I feel like we was very good defensively because everybody was bought in into the right things, like helping the next man. Like you get beat, I'm gonna help you. If he get beat, I'm gonna help him. So it was like help the helper was a big factor here, and our principles on ball screens and how to guard a guard. Like they'll go into detail on everything about the person. I wasn't. I say I'm a good defender, but I'm a great defender now since I came here. So it just adds a lot of stuff to the game.
Hey, there you go. Always finding ways to improve. You do that every single year. And this past year, you were able to go off and put up points on the board for your team, average 6 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, shot 56% from the field, had some great outings overall. Houston Christian, 13 points, where you went 6 of 6 from the field, didn't miss a single shot there. Going against Central Arkansas, one of the top teams from the ACE on 15 points, 3 boards against them. And then Rice, I believe this was your guys' regular season finale. He had 11 points and 10 rebounds for a double-double there. So always able
Yeah.
to make an impact for a team that had a very hot start. You guys had a 7-2 record through the first 9 games, beat
Hmm.
Loyola Chicago, beat Central Arkansas, who, like I said, I mean, they made it to the ASUN championship game, so a very tough team there, and able to put wins together early on. What would you say really clicked during that first part of the schedule to where you guys were able to find your stride and carry that on throughout the rest of the season?
It was defense. I'm telling you, it was like uh, uh, we gon' we gonna come in here guard and we gonna run our plays, and that was it. And this how it was gonna work, and it was like it was working. So I feel like that was really the focus was um that's why things was really clicking because it was like nobody was really out there trying to get theirs or nobody really wasn't worried about how many points they scoring. It was just like we're gonna stop them and we're gonna run our plays and whoever open is open. And then that's pretty much why I feel like we had a lot of success. And then we had our we also during that stretch we had our guard named Will McClendon. He was like our backup point guard. He'll like come in when I got in. So it was like the 6 and 7 man. And he brought what 13, 14 points a game. And then he ended up going down with an ACL injury. So we just had to regroup off that quick because that was a scoring guard that we brought off the bench. So it was just a lot of refining ourselves and little stuff like that. So
hmm Hey, well, I can already tell that defense is going to be a theme for quite a few of these questions here that we've got throughout this interview.
yeah.
You're able to do. But we're going to switch over to offense real quick and show off some of your highlights in this segment that we got to do last time I had you on. Once again, we're going to show off what I feel like were your top 3 plays from this past season in this segment called Make That Play. Where obviously you know me, man. I'm just a stats guy. I'm just a fan of Stan. So I went through the film. I put together my list, but you're the one on the court doing what you do best. So what would you say was your best play from this past season?
Ooh, plays. I got a couple good ones. What comes to mind is the Rice game. It was like 57, 50, no, yeah, 57, 56. Uh Time running down, they gave me the pill and I shot the fadeaway to go up 2 or 3. And then I say that chase down block I got versus Northwestern State. And I'd probably say my dunk first TCU. I don't really
Hey,
I'd probably say that's it.
Hey, well, the TCU one is at number 3 on my list. The fadeaway against Rice, that one actually fell like 4 or 5, but you do have another play against Rice in here on this one. And at number 1, I'm surprised you didn't say it, but we'll get into that here in a sec. But at number 3, I'm going to start off with that TCU dunk where you guys just set up the play perfectly, coming over half court. You were over there on the block. Your guards
Hmm.
made a couple of passes to kind of break through the defense, and they found you on the block perfectly. You went up, defender comes in trying to block you. You said, "No, I'm slamming on some heads today." So
Yep.
obviously going against a Big 12 opponent, doing what you do best there, putting it in the hoop. And at number 2, going against Rice, you mentioned the fadeaway. I'm going to talk about your two-handed slam there because you had some ferocity on that dunk as well. Helped force a turnover as well, created a steal for your
Still, yep.
and you took off down the court, turned on the Jets. You said, "All right, I'm getting this bucket." They passed it up to you. Boom, right in stride. You rose up for a two-handed slam against the Owls. And at number 1, I
All
got
I got know is South Florida.
Yep, you already called it.
Yeah, I knew it. I just thought
Poster
about it.
dunk against South Florida, where you had a nice little pick and roll, kind of a double pick and roll situation, and you ended up rolling off that second one, got the ball, and used that muscle that you got to bounce the defender off you. He went flying. You had a nice little drop step, one-handed punch, boom, right on top of them. So obviously, those are just three of a whole lot of plays that you had throughout this season. I mean, obviously, you mentioned the ones that you had there, both offensively and defensively, and you always were able to find ways to contribute between your offense and defensive capabilities. Talking real quick about your execution throughout this season. We talked last time I had you on about you really finding yourself at Georgia Southwestern, being able to get back to who you knew you could be. Talking real quick about being with North Texas and your role, your execution with them in their system.
Man, being here just open a lot of gates for me. I'll say uh I came here and played a role, which was like I'd say like 10 to 11 minutes a game and still average with like six or still average like 6 and 2. So I feel like I kind of capitalized on my opportunities that I was given. And I don't think you had mentioned this. Um I had got hurt like middle of the season, like January. No. Yeah, I would say I got hurt in January. I had tore like my plantar fasciitis in my foot. So it wasn't no telling when I was gonna come back or how long I was out, but I was out for like 2 or 3 weeks. And next thing you know, I'm putting on shoes, getting back into it. I say like being here has taught me a lot on growth and how to really take care of your body and just little stuff um like I know my role wasn't as big as I wanted to be as a senior, but I feel like I still carried on what I knew I could do. You know what I'm saying? And a little bit of and the margins I got, and I had to be almost perfect. Well, not perfect, but I had to be close to there to execute what we had going on. But going back to the foot injury, I had got hurt like January, and I
Well,
was out for
actually,
like
actually, that injury, it's funny enough that you mentioned that. That's actually my next question. So I'm actually going to ask you this question because I feel like it's going to pertain to exactly what you're going to hear with this injury because
yeah,
you suffered an ACL injury a couple years ago. You were fighting
yeah.
back from that. You came back from that, and then that was your year at Georgia Southwestern where you ended up going off doing what you do best. And
Hmm.
it seemed like with this injury, you knew how to handle it a lot more this time around. Obviously, it's a different injury, but you know
Yeah.
the process. You know, okay, I need to get back on the court as soon as I can to continue my season, help my team win. Talking real quick about how that previous injury experience really helped you with bouncing back with this injury this time around.
Now I say that previous injury experience, it taught me a lot on how to like like everything matters on what you do with your body and how to really take care of your body. So with me being tearing my ACL, MCL, meniscus and fighting through that, I knew going into my second injury, which was a plantar fasciitis rupture, which most people don't even like come back from that fast. It take like 6 to 7 months. So I just knew how to like um really pace myself in treatment and recovery and because like you said, I had tore my ACL. So it was like I wouldn't say it was easy, but it was kind of like manageable to a point where I knew what I was doing and how to handle it. So yeah, that was pretty rough experience, I would say, for the least, but God just do things for, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like he did that for a reason.
Hey, I mean, you came back from that injury and you were putting points on the board. You had the double double against Rice and always
Yeah.
find ways to contribute. So even fighting through injury, you're able to produce doing what you do. And this team, we mentioned the defense. We mentioned how you guys had that kind of mindset. You guys also had the mindset of always being able to bounce back if things didn't go your guys' way. You guys were able
Hmm.
to put wins together even after some tough losses. And you guys ended up having a 4 game losing streak at one point. I believe you missed a couple of those games because of that injury, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I
But
miss all four.
Yeah, you missed all four of those games, and you guys end up finishing 6-2, entering the conference tournament. So you guys were able to turn things around there towards the end in order to climb back up into the American Conference standings. Talk to me real quick about that bounce back to be able to finish the regular season strong going into the postseason.
That was that was very good for our guys to kind of get together and have like a real like what's going on check. So and then like you said, I wasn't able to play those 4 games. So who would have known? Like we could have ended up winning all 4, went 3-1 or 2-2. So I say like that me getting hurt was kind of they had to kind of like restructure how they wanted to run or how they wanted to kind of sub and run stuff because I wasn't hurt. I mean I wasn't playing. So and then I say how we really turned it around was just D-Rob and the coaches like pouring like no like pouring straight good energy into us. Like it was never no negativity or he just bashing everybody for them not us not winning. So he stuck with it as much as we stuck with it. So we was all in it together, and it just felt like family oriented, and everybody had came in here to do a job, and we was gonna win to do what we needed to do. And like you said, I was a big part of that. So when I came back, we started back rallying up, tallying up wins and little stuff like that. So
Hey, absolutely, man. Always finding ways to come out on top. And you guys actually got another win in the conference tournament going against FAU in, I believe it was the second round of the tournament. Ended up finishing the season overall 19-14 with a 9-9 even conference record. Uh, Central Arkansas, I mentioned that win before, 74-56 win there. Rice, their regular season finale, entering the postseason. You guys beat them 62-58. And then FAU in the second round, you guys beat them 74-70 to continue your guys' season. And going against Tulsa, who was a very talented team this year, I mean, 3 overtimes you guys go into. You guys, nobody wanted to let up. You guys had that mindset of no, we got to do whatever we can in order to keep our season going. Obviously, came up just a few points short there at the end, but still showing that fight. Talk to me real
yeah.
quick about the American Conference tournament, that postseason experience for you guys, and how you guys were able to really execute to the best of your ability.
And I say the American Conference tournament, it's kind of like nothing I ever seen before. Like you go, we was in Alabama, all the teams was there, and you playing at like this big gym. It was like beautiful, like just because like I said, I came from Division II and JUCO, so I really wasn't equipped to the scenery and how things look. So it was just beautiful scenery, beautiful place, and then like the competition was great because like everybody can compete at like that level. So it was like you had no slouches or no days off when it comes to the American Conference. And I feel like the tournament just brightened your eyes on who really can play basketball when it comes to winning. Like and you can see who values winning and us as a team we value winning because we was up 32-16 against Tulsa and then halftime came and I don't even know what happened but that tournament was amazing because you really got to get out there and really play and I don't know it just felt good to play in the American Conference tournament because most teams not there like I think only 9 teams making it, everybody else back at home. So it was a pretty good feel. I
Yeah.
loved it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, got to be one of the best of the best in order to make. And obviously, you guys were able to do that and grab a win and obviously give Tulsa a run for their money there. And I mean, you've gotten to play alongside some great talent this year during your time at Georgia Southwestern, even back at, FGCU and Brunswick during JUCO
Mhm.
times. So you've been able to really be able to grow your game as well as help enhance a lot of other people and learn from other people as well. And I want to give you a chance to once again shout some people out, just as you did last year in this segment we're about to get into called Who's Up Next, where once again you get to recommend some players that I can have on, talk to them about their careers, their stories, just as you're doing now. So who would you say is next up on the Slim Sports podcast?
I say uh Jay Stevenson or David Terrell. really good, really two really good guys. Those my teammates this year. They got like a great story and how they came upon basketball and uh, how they end up coming to North Texas and they career. I feel like they two great group of guys who story could be need well not I wouldn't say need to be heard, but if it's heard, it's a great story. So I feel like you could kind of interview them or tap in with them, and I kind of give you the leeway of tell them who you is and all the other stuff. I'm pretty sure they know who you are, but
Hey,
yeah.
well, funny enough, you mentioned that. I actually ran into some of your old coaches from Georgia Southwestern at one of my basketball tournaments this year for my team,
No
and they were
word.
like, "Hey, you interviewed Shaq," and I felt like I was famous. So thank you for that. That made me feel real good there.
No
But
problem.
man, we were hyping you up, talking about you, and I
Yeah,
you and I both know what it is, man. You know, you're part of the Slim Sports family, you're part of my family, man. I mean,
for
beyond
sure.
blessed to be able to see the journey. I remember, meeting you for the first time in person at FGCU, and you and I, we just clicked, we chopped it up, talked about the JUCO ranks, talked about, your journey and what you could do after the injury, and man, you skyrocketed from there, man. So beyond happy for you to be able to, always be on the podcast, man. And I know the journey ain't done yet, obviously. And you can correct me if I'm wrong because I never know with eligibility, but I believe this might have been your last year of college, and now you're looking to continue your career at the next level. So, what would you say is the next step for Josiah Shackleford? What's the next step for your journey?
To be honest, the next step is uh go be a pro. I'm gonna have a couple workouts here coming soon, so I'm just staying active, staying in shape. Finna sign to an agency. So that's really up next. We just been talking in the works on our plan and what we need to do moving forward to kind of get the ball rolling on the professional route and stuff like that. So, because to my knowledge, I don't have any more years left. So,
Hey, well, I mean, you never know anymore.
yeah,
Obviously, it's a crazy world out there between the transfer portal and college eligibility. But no matter what you end up doing, man, and no doubt in my mind, you're going to be in the pro ranks soon, if not next year, doing what you do, dunking on some heads, playing some hard-nosed defense, and getting some wins as you've been able to do throughout your entire career, man. So beyond blessed, like I said before, to have seen the journey, to continue to be a part of the journey, to watch you grow. You already know I'm going to be tuning into your overseas games, no doubt. And
yes,
man,
sir.
thank you so much, as always, for hopping on the Slim Sports Podcast once again for another fantastic interview.
No problem, my guy.